or they don't know, like they just grieving over something. Like for instance, of someone that's died, like one of their people had like deceased or something like that, or somebody is bullying them. So basically, be in an environment and you could be so depressed, and everybody else is just happy, and you just looking sad, and you don't want people to know that you're sad or things. That's because schoolwork and teachers can be a lot to handle with. Esteem about this world no more because you're bullying them and they don't need to be bullied. Um, Basically, to not get depressed or try to start someone to be depressed, just be a person and be with them is just give them. Most of the time, I feel like depression can come of when someone deceives of someone you love because you don't have them in your life no more. It's hard to deal with. Or you can have depression because of you have health cancer. A smile can get you anywhere. And basically, when you smile through your pain, it's just you smiling through it and you living life because life can get hard. And I don't want nobody to go through depression. It's not good. Trust me from past experience of things that happen to people. If I, like I said, it's so crazy. Like I just don't like it because you could be sad all day, okay, or somebody just keep messing with you, just picking on you. The president from Carter Canary Missionary Baptist Church, God's chosen one. I love to dance, and it just excites me. It's not putting me down or nothing. It just gives me positive vibes, and it just helps me. I can feel my thing. That's my most favorite sports. I used to cheer. I like cheer, but I'm mostly like a dancer, so I just do it.
If you see somebody that you think is really going through something, just talk to them.
Do it, you know.
Person that you want to talk to sometimes, but if you're like comfortable with your friends,
Or somebody that you really very comfortable to talk to
right.
because literally it could change something when you are depressed.
Welcome, Miss Walton, and she'll come on up if you give her. She's coming as she comes. Any more questions for the audience as we hold on? We got a question.
How do you deal with sadness?
Literally feel that is going to be very helpful. Um,
Normally you're diagnosed with depression from actually going to a therapist, and that therapist will do different, how they determine
what do you do like for like your background?
kind of different difficulties. So that book was written to
Help
So it depends on the issue. What I have noticed so far since the pandemic, coming in already with the diagnosis of depression, some are coming into like things that are going on at home. Because what I want everyone to realize, so I would say if you are a student, whether it be elementary, middle, always this, and then after that, I would meet with the parents as well as the child to make sure that I referred them to a therapist or an agency that could provide the care that that child needed. Patient is depression is a mental illness. Sadness is something we experience that thing from a combination of things from and the things they once loved. It could be weight loss or weight gain due to the appetite, and we're sad. Depressed is something that continues appetite. It could be a weight gain, weight loss. It could be a child that never seemed to have behavior, that, along with other things that she may do. Okay. So the age range can vary. and the
Questions from the audience.
And mental
So,
kind of rule out anything to have, that can be something biological.
thinking that you take.
I think the first step, because I think a lot of times we concerned, and therefore we just so many qualified mental health professionals that are there to assist and help if needed. That therapists, whatever they prescribe, which could be psychotherapy, it could be meds, it could be a combination of things. That's actually client or the student, help them
like you said,
not be that time span. It could be a much shorter time span. But tried to take her life, and her sister actually saved her life, which means she was at a point where they realized she had to have 24-hour care. And then from therapy, she was able to come back where a doctor
school,
line, or your parents may have been depressed, which means you may be more.
There are certain steps that you can follow. We follow hourly. So the A is for assess the situation. Does your peer or your friends look like they want to injure or harm themselves? That's the thing on the top. So you listen to them. You listen to them without judgment.
Okay. Okay, so I took this course, professional development course, about a couple of weeks ago, about being a mental health first aider. And the A is for assess. So you assess the situation. Does your to harm themselves? Have they injured? The G is for you give them, and then the E is themselves. And then you keep check up on them. Afterwards, they still need some support after.
I mean, they could have been choosing to do anything on a set, do this to help change others' lives and the community. Sometimes we'll say, oh, nothing's wrong with that person. They're all right. It's something that's very real. It is something that's true. And healthy means more than, and I want to thank you for having me to be a part.
and that will wrap